You see my fresh haircut, you see me with you see the fresh haircut, you see the hairline, you see the lineup. You guys see me with the fresh language as well. Hey, what's up guys? Stella from Ather Gaming. Welcome back. I miss you guys so much. And today I'm back with another deck profile. You guessed it, guys, it's Dinosaurs. But before I get into the deck profile, shout out to all of our new patrons. Shout out to Shane Bastion, our newest patron. Yeah. Shout out for him for all the support. Thank you so much. We're really on the come up right now. We have a lot of subscribers right now. We're gaining a lot of subscribers right now. We love you guys so much. We're growing at an incredible rate. And this is Dinosaurs. So yeah. Alright, so starting off the starter cards, you play the standard, the best card ever. OCG knew what they were doing. You play triple Oviraptor. Then, of course, to go along with this, while we're still on starters, you play one Armageddon Ritter and one Greffer Oscuro, okay? So the really sick thing about these cards is that all of them get to pill, right? And pill says summon Conductor from your deck and win right away. And well, why? Who doesn't win right away? Like, who doesn't want to win right away, right? So, Oviraptor, he dumps anything, you know, like, he can get you immediate access to Giant Rex if you need to. Giant Rex is the best card in this deck. If you draw it, you're the best player ever. You play Armageddon Knight and Greffer because it sends you more Oviraptors. And so, yeah, so these guys are absolutely nuts. And honestly, even if Greffer and Armageddon Knight were to come back, I would probably, like, still, like, argue playing this lineup because you don't want to brick on them. Like, these are your normal summons, and you don't want to see too many of them. So, yeah. These are the nut cards. These cards will automatically on summon. If your opponent has a hand trap, it's being used on this, and this deck can play through hand traps very well. So yeah.
Do you think normal summon Oviraptor Search Rex is a really hidden technique that not a lot of people know about?
So it's actually the hidden jutsu. So Search Rex no Jutsu is so it's actually up there in the top 5. Search Rex no Jutsu is actually one of those busted things you can do, because if you search Giant Rex, it puts the fear of God in their heart that you have already pill in your hand, meaning that at that point, if they have a Lancier or something, they're forced to do it, and at that point, like, they just lose, right?
It's over,
because once you search Rex, you're going for the throat, so like, yeah, so these are the best cards. The old problem with these guys can't search you Giant Rex, which is the best card in your deck once again, but yeah, they're still pretty good. Of course, he's the best one ever, but yeah. So on to your other Dino cards. So you play 2 of the big guy. You play 2 Alternate Narc Tyranno, standard, 2 Overtext card standard. Yeah, so these cards are nuts. These cards are really good. I've seen deck profiles actually play 1 copy of Conductor, and I think that's really incorrect, because you play the Dangers in this deck, you play Curious in this deck, and if you accidentally mill your 1 copy of Conductor, it's like, you just like sick. Yeah, it just sucks. You make Colossus Curious pass, and although it is a very intimidating board, it is not good. So yeah. So these are the cards that you play. This card is usually where you're dumping with Oviraptor, but yeah, and there are instances where you can actually search this card if you want to play around Ash, and if you can already load your graveyard, which is actually something that I've done before. And sometimes, like, of course, it does suck to hard draw both of them, but if you hard draw both of them, then you just have to play with it. Like, it happens. You know, you're gonna have bad hands, but it's not really a bad hand because you're playing the best deck ever, so you're never gonna break with it, really. Yeah. So yeah, so wrapping up the Dinos, you actually play the best card ever created in Yu-Gi-Oh history. So it's a card called Giant Rex. So whenever it's banished and it comes back, right? You have a lot of ways to banish it. You play boom. You play boom. You play boom. You play all of these guys right here. All of these guys essentially say banish Giant Rex, and yeah, so it's actually absolutely insane, this card. So a lot of people that actually don't know, Fairy Tail Snow got banned because of this card right here, because Fairy Tail Snow, being a 1-card rank 4, is too powerful for Konami, and Engaged Drawing 2 is actually really okay. So yeah, so
that was the 2-card combo, right?
Yeah.
Snow would banish Rex?
No, so it's actually an 8-card combo, because you need to have an 8-card combo, because you'd have to have a Snow in graveyard, you'd have to have a Rex in graveyard, as well as any other 7 cards. But because, you know, of course, if Snow was a card I actually would play in this deck, but it is not a card, so we play the better card than Snow. It's a better version of Snow. It summons itself back from the banish zone. It's actually really, really nuts. If you hard draw it, you normal it against Trickstars, and they just look at it and can't play. Like, and even if they have the Koro main, it's like they're really about to go -2 just to kill 1 Giant Rex, and then at that point, you just pill, banish it again, summon it again, kill them again. So yeah. Next off, onto our main supporting engine, you play the Thunder Dragon. So you play 3 Roar, only 2 Dark this time, and 2 Hawk.
Why 2 Dark?
So 2 dark is because these are the only ones that you want to draw, but you don't really even want to draw him. It's like mainly him that you want to draw, right? Because he's the best one. You want to draw him. And another actually really cool thing is that the one edge that your guys over here, your Dark Warriors give above the Overraptor is that they can actually dump your Roar, which is actually really, really cool because if you already have the pill, if you already have a target for the pill like a Dinosaur, then you can just dump this instead and you just win. Like the Thunder Dragon is such underrated cards this format, and because they didn't win the YCS, the Team YCS, a lot of people are thinking that, you know, like it's died down, it's not a good deck. It's a very good deck, and Colossus is still a very real card. It's a very real threat against very real decks. So like if you are playing against Salmigrates and you happen to go like double Colossus, then they can't do anything. Like they'll make their 8 negates, their 8 pops, their 15.5 hand traps, they'll have Sanctum, they'll have everything that deck can possibly have. They'll open the nuts, they'll have Dweller, they'll make every single thing. They could have Exodia at that point and they won't win, only because Colossus is too strong. So
Colossus is better than Exodia?
Colossus better than Exodia easily. Because how are they going to get to Exodia under Colossus, right? Like, they can't search. So, yeah, so you play those 3. And then you play 2 Roar and 2 Hawk. So, 2 Dark and 2 Hawk, my bad. So 2 Hawk is standard. You know, you want to be able to, you know, like summon Colossus multiple times if needed. Plus Hawk is also another extender. And like I said earlier, you play the Dangers and you play the Curious. So you don't want to dump 1 Hawk and then absolutely just not have anything to do with it. And then 2 Dark only because you don't want to hard draw the card. Like sometimes it's a good card and sometimes it's actually better than this card if you can't link off the Dark that this will bring out when it's banished. It's good in that instance, but overall, this card, you really only play 2 of it. Like, honestly, I would play 1 of it, but if you draw it, then you just can't play if you play 1, so you play 2 of it for that one instance, but yeah. And then, of course, so these are standard. You don't want to brick on these. You never want to hard open this. Hard opening these are okay, though. So,
and
yeah.
It gives you, like, a better grind game playing multiples.
Yeah, it also gives you a better grind gameplay playing multiples, but this card, Thunder Dragon Roar right here, is actually the best, or one of the best grind game cards in this entire deck, because a lot of people don't actually, like, you know, consider that it has a second effect like every other Thunder Dragon does, and that's that you can discard it to add back a Thunder Dragon that's in your graveyard or banished, meaning you can add back a Hawk and then like recur like another card and just make another Colossus. So yeah, it's actually really, really good, and that's what a lot of people don't notice about this card. So yeah. Yeah, that card's sick. And then to add on top of that, you play the Danger no Jutsus right here. So you go reveal these cards and your opponent will instantly scoop because they know that you are a degenerate, but you have to play them because they're the best engine in the game right now, right? So you're playing triple Nessie, triple Snake, and the triple Jackalope, along with 2 Mothman and 1 Chupacabra, okay? So this is the engine. This is gonna be the best engine until they get addressed on the ban list. And Konami just messed up. Like I mentioned Engage earlier, that card's fine. That card can stay at 3, it could go to 16, it could go to 40, they could play a deck of 40 Engages and it would actually suck. Think about it. And yeah, so you play these Dangers, these cards are absolutely nuts. So Nessie searches any danger, Snake summons itself, Jackalope summons another danger. So these guys right here are the guaranteed free special summons, right? So they help you go into Curious. And yeah, so that's why you play those. So those are standard. But I actually upped these guys into the deck from my last build. So I played 42 cards if you're wondering. But yeah, so I actually decided to add these guys from the last build because Chupacabra, it's basically like, it's really good to be playing these cards because they're level 4s. That's what I'm trying to get at. These cards are level 4s and means that you can go into rank 4 plays. There are also new types, like you have a Fiend, you have Insects, you play the triple Jackalope, that's a Beast, a Reptile, and then you have an Aqua as well. So you literally have every single type, meaning Curious is not a problem to make, sorry.
Nessie's an Aqua?
Yeah, Nessie's an Aqua. I feel like that card should be a Sea Serpent, but Ogopogo is a Sea Serpent, so we have every single different type of danger. Yeah. So yeah, if they make a Dino Danger, guys, if they make a Dino Danger, then this deck will absolutely be insane. But stay tuned for that. If a Dino Danger comes out, check this channel right away because we're going to have a deck profile on that. But yeah, so these cards are really good. They're level 4s. Mothman, you get to recycle your hand. So Mothman's actually the best danger besides those guys because Mothman is in guaranteed draw. It's a guaranteed draw. My bad there. Okay, because it's actually a guaranteed draw. And like there are some instances where if Mothman gets it out of my hand, I'll actually be happy because you can draw a card and then you can discard Overtext and then you just search Pill, which is absolutely nuts. So yeah. And then, of course, Chupacabra is just free special summon. Like, if Nessie gets hit out of your hand, you're searching Chupacabra. Because then Chupacabra is just immediately just like a free special summon. So, yeah, you're playing those guys. Those guys are nuts. And now, onto the one spicy tech card. You play 1 copy of Diablos, right? So, this card is actually pretty good. So, It can't be targeted, can't be kaiju, can't be tributed, can't do any of that. You can't kill it, live forever, never die.
You just can't do.
Yeah, you just can't do. And so its effect is that if a dark monster you control is tributed while it's in your hand or in your graveyard, you can special summon it. And its secondary effect is you can tribute a dark monster you control, usually itself, but there are some other implications that'll come up. And then your opponent can put one card in their hand, either to the top or bottom of their deck. And that's actually really good because sometimes you already have all the cards that you need. And then with your Dark Warriors right here, you'll actually just end up dumping the Diablos, right? You open Greffer Diablos and you just have a free special. So it's actually really good. Drawing Diablos is not bad to do because, like, of course, it does suck if you draw Diablos. But, you know, it's there. And yeah, it's there. It gets a rip a card out of your opponent's hand. And against the Altergeist matchup, which this deck is probably, like, worst matchup is Altergeist, you summon this card right here, Diablos, Darkest Diablos, Dorcas Diablos, Dankest Diablos. You summon him, and you'll just never lose because he can't be targeted. He has 3k attack, meaning they literally can't make anything to kill it. And your boy Dankest Diabolos, Lord of their lair, is just going to keep punching them until they die. And yeah, so Diablos, really, really good card. And so yeah, that's why you play that. Now off the spell card. So you play the best spell card in the deck. Wait for it. So you play triple Evo Pill, right?
What a surprise.
Yeah, so this card, you know, it's not that good of a card. Like, if it goes to 2 or 1, you know, this deck is still 100% playable. This card get banned, this deck is still playable. This card it's okay. If you guys don't have 3 copies of it, then you guys can still play the deck at full power. If you guys have 1 copy of it, then make sure to send it to me because I'm thinking of actually siding a 4th, just so I can get that 4th copy more in my hand.
Yes.
Yeah, so, yeah, so this card, in all honesty, this card is actually insane. Hard drawing this card is actually really, really good because if you get hit with a card like, you know, a card like Droll can actually really be annoying. A card like Ash on the Overtext or Call by the Grave on the Overtext or an Ash on the Overraptor or an Impermanence on the Overraptor. There are a lot of hand traps that can hit you, and having the pill actually lets you, you know, play through all those hand traps because you go normal Overraptor, they go Ash, you go activate pill, and then they just wasted an Ash. So, yeah, this card is absolutely insane. This card is how you're going to get your play started. This card is how you're going to extend your plays. This card is just everything for this deck. So, yeah. Next off, you play the consistent spells. You play triple Fossil Leg and triple Allure. So, these 6 spells are absolutely nuts. I don't know how Allure has not been, like, even, like, a topic of discussion for, like, any ban listing. Like, maybe, like, Allure should go to 2, or, like, even Allure go to, like, 1 or 2. Like, I feel like that should actually happen. Because this card has just been used in so many decks throughout the many formats that it's been in, and the fact that it gets to banish a card out of your hand too, it's not always a good thing, but in this deck it actually is a really good thing because you draw 2, you banish Dark, you banish Dark or Roar, and then you since just went +3, you basically use card demise at that point, right? So. Oh, +2. I don't know. I'm not thinking right now. But yeah, so you play Allure. Allure's busted. You get to banish Roar. You get to banish dead dark monsters in your hand.
Yep.
And yeah, that's really good. Fossil Leg. I shouldn't even need to explain this card. OCG, I think, semi-limit this card. And they limit the Overraptor, so those guys just have no playing around. Those guys are absolutely brutal there. I don't like OCG Konami. But anyways, yeah, so triple Fossil Leg. This card is really, really, like, nuts, you know? Like it starts as Overraptor, which, you know, this is a pretty good card. But it starts as Giant Rex, which is the main thing. You open Fossil Leg plus Giant Rex, and you can just search out Overraptor, or Fossil Leg Overraptor, you just search out the Giant Rex. Another good thing is actually you can actually go activate Fossil Leg, you can search Giant Rex, and then you can start activating your dangers because Giant Rex is actually one of the many cards in this deck where it's the same thing in the hand in the graveyard, you know?
That's
so like,
if you already have access to pill, though.
Yeah, if you already have access to pill, then you're going to do that. Like, if you open an Overraptor plus this, you would do that. But yeah, or you can always just start off play with Fossil Leg, because a bad player will Ash the Fossil Leg, and then it's just, like, sick. You just wasted a card. So yeah, you play those. And then with the Broken One-ofs, you play 1 Sepultura Skioka.
Yep.
So this card's Foolish Burial. Yeah, you don't have much to say about this card. This card speaks for itself. It's been limited since how long? Like 5Ds? Like
forever.
That's what, like 2009 or 10? I don't know. I wasn't born then. So yes, so you play that card. The card's absolutely busted. You play 1 Renfort de l'Armée. So the reason why you play this card is it's just another copy of your starter. So
you're playing 2 Armageddon Knights and 2 Greffers.
Yeah, so you play. Just to quickly go over it, you play 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 sec. That's not all. You play 5. You play 6. You play 7. You play 8. You play 9. You play 9 1-card combos essentially in this deck.
10
with Foolish. So you play these. So you play all these. These cards are basically all Conductor. These cards are all immediate access to Conductor. You open any one of these cards and you basically are winning the duel. Even if one has an interruption, you're most likely going to be playing through it. So yeah, so that's that. So these cards are absolutely busted. And then the last card in the deck is Goldsark. Goldsark actually has really good synergy with Dinos, and even before Thunder Dragons came out, Goldsark was actually being played in a couple Dino builds. Like there was a Dino build that ended up topping Nats, top 64, which actually was playing double Goldsark, or I think triple Goldsark, I don't remember.
It was a Lost World, right?
Yeah, it was a Lost World build. But, you know, it was, of course, before the Thunder Dragons came out. He would probably be playing Thunder Dragons if they were up by then, because they're the best, most broken engine ever. Goldsark, it got limited, but honestly, I'm actually kind of happy it got limited, because there are many instances where I'll draw Goldsark and I won't really end up doing anything with it, because Curious and the Dangers already get me to whatever I want. But the instances that you do see Goldsark and it actually does come up, it is very, very important, and it is very, very nice to have. Another good thing about it getting limited is that all the like pure Thunder variants that actually rely on opening this card very heavily actually got a lot worse, so it makes my matchup just that much easier. It's already easy because pure Thunder sucks. Danger Thunder also sucks. Imagine playing a deck that loses to impermanence on Saryuja.
Couldn't be me.
Couldn't be me. But yeah, so Goldsark, absolutely busted card. Once again, it got limited, which just gave me more space to throw in more jank into this deck. And it was jank at the beginning, but now it's not jank. It's actually
dank.
It's actually dank. It went from jank to dank. And yeah, that's how you play that. So that's the main deck.
42?
42, of course. We never play 40 cards because we are very good. So starting off with the fusion cards, you play only one Colossus. You side 2, and then you might play 3. It depends. So you play 1 at home, 2 on the road, and then 3 only if you need to. So the whole point. so guys, comment down if you know where that's from. If you guys know where that's from, we will like that comment. We will comment on that comment. So you guys play the triple Colossus. This card is absolutely nuts. Being fully honest, you could get away with playing 2 Colossus if you don't have 3 Colossus. That's absolutely fine. But the third Colossus comes up when you're pushing for game, or when you're trying to, make more plays and set up more things like that. That's why you play the triple Colossus. Cut the video. So yeah, so that's why you play these. Okay, so there's that. And then going to the links, you play the link 2s, play 1 Reaper. This card is one of the best dinosaur monsters ever. I've heard some people say that it is the best dinosaur monster ever. Those people are very wrong and don't know the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! And you should only listen to me because I'm the smartest ever. So, shout out to my cameraman, by the way. I think you guys might know him. His name starts with an H. I can't remember it, though. So you play 1 Underclock. This card helps you OTK. Of course, I'm really happy this card got a super printing. This card just got snubbed so hard. This card and Pankratops are just snubs for the super rare treatment. He got it, of course, and I think Pankratops getting a foil reprint later on. But yeah, anyways, I'm getting off the topic.
Yeah, in dual power.
In dual power and BLR, I don't know what set. But
BLR.
But yeah, so Underclock, very good card. It is dark, meaning you could trade it off with Diablos, which does come up sometimes. So so you play 1 Bewitch. This card is absolute nuts right here. So this card is what lets you do LU plays. This card, so link 2, it gets to recycle cards. You play Bewitch. If anybody has a first ed French one, hit me up. Hit us up, actually, at our email in the description right down below. And moving on. We play a little nightmare package. So we play 1 Phoenix and 1 Unicorn. So the Phoenix is wrapping up the link 2s. We play 1 Phoenix, 1 Unicorn. So we play 1 Phoenix and 1 Licorne. So the whole point of...
Oh, yeah.
I had to do it on you with the French. I'm sorry. Yeah. But yeah, so you play 1 Phoenix and 1 Licorne. So the whole point... Unicorn doesn't come up too often, but when it does come up, it comes up out in Colossus. This deck already does it extremely easily, right? But sometimes you'll make a Unicorn just to show them how irrelevant their deck is and how bad their cards are that they're playing. Sorry, Colossus is not a bad card, right? But by itself, it's a bad card. It's a floodgate. If my opponent goes set 1 floodgate past, they're dying that turn. Yu-Gi-Oh's gone too fast of a game. So you play 1 Unicorn, 1 Phoenix. Those cards self-explanatory. 1 Curious. Once again, had to do it on you with the French. I'm sorry. So you play 1 Curious. This card is actually really, really good in this deck because all the dangers can make it extremely, extremely easily. This card is absolutely nuts. It says it's literally it's easier to make than a card like Beatrice, and it does what Beatrice does, except it actually has attack value and it can recycle a card. Come on, bro. how? Like, Konami made this card, right? And it was okay at the beginning because you couldn't abuse that easily. But then they made the dangers, and they were just like saying, like, here, take my cards. You know, here, abuse my cards, you know? Get my cards banned. That's what Konami told us to do. And that's what we're about to do. We're about to get Curious banned. And either Curious does get banned, like, it's whatever, you know? Like, you can play through it. And then, yeah, so... the last Link 3 you play is actually, I think, one of the most broken Link 3s ever.
Rusty Bardiche.
Yeah, so you play one copy of the Summon Suck. So the whole point of Summon Sword is because this card, like, how do I even need to explain this card, right? Like, you go Summon Sword Colossus, you have another Colossus. You go Summon Sword, like, any level 4 monster, you make another rank 4. Like, it's absolutely insane. This card needs no explanation. So you play that, and then off the Link 4s, you play the Borals, you play Boral Load and Boral Sword. If you guys actually don't have any of these cards, you can play the Boral Guard Dragon, because it is a very good card.
It's low-key good.
Yeah, it's low-key good because it can't die by, what, card effects?
Card effects.
Which just collapse Altergeist.
So they can't Dark Hole you.
Yes, so they can't Dark Hole you or Regeki you. You just never lose, right? And, okay, but in full honesty, Boral Load, you steal monsters. Boral Sword comes up a lot more, but Boral Load comes up, because, like, this deck doesn't have trouble answering big monsters, but sometimes, you know, it's nice to have.
I think it's getting the reprint as well.
Yeah, it is getting the reprint. Of course, the Secret Rare is the nicest one. If you play an Ultra Rare against me, I will call Judge, because that's a fake card. So it's like Common Ash. Like, it doesn't negate anything.
No.
Boral Sword, once again, insane card. Every single Boral card is busted. The best one, Boral Guard, I didn't have room to play it. But yeah, these cards are absolutely busted.
It's the best one, you couldn't find room to play it?
Yeah, it's the best one. I couldn't find room to play it though because Boral Sword and Boral Load come out more. But if you make if someone makes Boral Guard against me, I'm scooping my cards right away because I can't out that card. You know, it's just too good. Then you play the rank 4s. You play one Abyss Boner. You play one Evolzar Lagia, and you play one Dragon de la Tornade. I'm sorry, guys. I had to do that again. I just had to do that again. Like, you see me with my fresh haircut. You see me with you see my fresh haircut. You see the hairline. You see the lineup. You guys see me with the fresh language as well. You know, French is really romantic language, and you know that I'm a really romantic guy, so, you know, hit me up. But yeah, back to the, you know, slightly less important stuff. We play Abyss Dweller. So Abyss Dweller and Tornado Dragon, if you're not already playing these in every single deck, what are you doing? Like, if your deck can make rank 4s, you play these cards. And so it's either you play these cards as your 2 rank 4s, or you're playing Time Thief, Verdura, and Azthoth. Those are the only, like, rank 4 engines you should be playing. Except in this deck, it's an exception because we can play Lagia as well. Lagia is, oh my god. You make Lagia and it's literally Solemn Judgment. Imagine having a Solemn Judgment in your extra deck, right? Imagine always having access to Solemn Judgment, right? Imagine literally being able to make a Solemn Judgment whenever you want, staring at your opponent as they can't kill a card that is a Solemn Judgment, right? Like, this card does not lose to Phoenix. This card does not lose to Cerberus because, you know, you're going to negate the summon of the Cerberus. This card literally protects all of your cards. You go Lagia, and because this deck actually does struggle with battle traps, and you go Lagia, and you just win, right? Altergeist can't kill Lagia. That's 2400 attack. It's too strong. 24 is too strong for Altergeist sucks. Altergeist and Trickstar absolutely suck, and they happen to be slightly more difficult match for this deck, but whatever, bro. Those are bad decks. Yeah. This is a very good card. You're always gonna win those matchups. You know, the only time that you won't win those matchups is if they cheat. And if they cheat, you just let them cheat because you're a good enough player to play through the cheating. A cheat is basically another hand trap. They draw another card, imagine they max seed you, right? If they discard a card out of your hand, you basically got Gumlord, right? If they grab a card from the side deck and put it in, they're cheating, but it's fine because you're good enough to play through it. So yeah,
15?
Yeah, so 15, back on topic of cheating, you could play 16 if you want, because who's going to count your extra deck, but...
don't do that.
Please don't do that, guys. I'm joking about the last one, but yeah, so guys, this has been Thala from Ather Gaming. Be sure to check out all the links in the description. Be sure to check out our Patreon. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Be sure to check out all the other videos in the past, all the other, the 4, the 3, the 5, the 16th if we're gonna make that one. Yeah, but guys, in all seriousness, we actually love all the support that you guys have been showing. We actually love how much you guys have been supporting this channel, and we love what you've been doing for us, because we're here because of you guys. You guys are part of the channel too. You guys are part of the community. Ather Gaming is more than 3 people. Ather Gaming is a community. Ather Gaming is about to be an entire world in its own self. It's a city, it's a community, it's a lifestyle at this point. So yeah. Guys, this has been Thala from Ather Gaming, signing out.